Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing tourist visas, and we're discussing them specifically in the context of the automatic visa extension, also called the visa amnesty, or the Thai visa waiver as it's been called, in the sort of with the backdrop, if you will, of COVID-19 or the coronavirus. So for those who are unaware, those who got stranded in Thailand were granted an amnesty if their visa expired within a certain window period of time, and they were granted an amnesty in order to not accrue overstay, not accrue fines, not be considered for purposes of blacklisting to remain if they remained in Thailand. And it's extremely important to understand that the amnesty program was instituted because it was an expedience, okay? It really needs to be understood as that. The Thai immigration was not looking to upend, well-settled decades of immigration policy. They were just faced with an unprecedented situation. They were faced with a situation where people were being stranded here, unable to go home, and they made ad hoc decisions and instituted ad hoc policy to accommodate those folks. As noted in other videos, it initially started with a 1-year amnesty period, a 1-month amnesty period, and then it was extended by 3 more months to provide a total of 4 months of amnesty. And I think July 31st, the date on which this ends, I don't think it's prudent to presume that we are going to continue an amnesty after that. I think as of July 31st, that's probably a point at which most anybody can get a ticket back to their home country or to another country outside of Thailand and be able to regularize their status. So the question on the lips of many, I'm sure, what do we do when this state of affairs comes about? What do we do the point at which the visa amnesty comes to an end? Well, understand the old rules are coming back into effect. This amnesty should not be viewed as a visa status unto itself. It should instead be viewed as something akin to a negative power, if you will. It's basically, they're saying you're not accruing overstay. You're not accruing time which could result in a blacklisting. It's not saying we've gotten rid of the rule. It's simply saying we're not going to apply it under current circumstances. And I believe that come July 31st, that current forbearance, if you will, is going to come to an end. So what will happen? Well, I think those who have tourist visas that have been able to, I hesitate to use the term enjoy, but who have had their stay facilitated by the amnesty, those folks need to be looking at departing Thailand on or before the 31st. And if it's possible for you to depart before the 31st, I think it's going to be a very good idea, because I think the logistical problems associated with a mass of people trying to leave Thailand all at once, who tried to get every drop, for lack of a better term, sort of to use an analogy, every drop of amnesty juice they could get, they're going to want to, they're going to leave on the last day of the amnesty. I don't think that's a particularly wise course of action. I think you should be looking at leaving, if possible, before the amnesty comes to an end. The other thing that should not be presumed is that a border run is going to be a possibility. We're still too far out, and again, I should have prefaced this video, this is all relatively speculative, although it's based on inferences and knowledge of the law and experience in dealing with this over the years. But it's not presumed a border run is going to be a possibility. Now, that being said, it might be. Those who are unsure of the situation, probably a good idea to contact a legal professional who deals with this frequently. But do not presume a border run is going to be possible. Also, do not presume that your choice of a border run is going to be possible. So, for example, it may be possible by July 31 to maybe be able to do a border run to Laos, but it might not be possible to go to Cambodia. Well, many people prefer to go to Cambodia. They don't prefer to go to Laos. Well, that's not going to be how it rolls. It's not going to run that way. Myanmar, same deal. I mean, different countries may be allowing foreigners in, and then Thailand may be allowing foreigners back in. All of this remains to be seen. So presuming anything with respect to a border run is not a good idea prior to really knowing for certain if the borders are open, and if so, under what circumstances they are open, especially with respect to border run facilitation. So again, the thing to take away from this video, At the end of the day, when this all comes to a conclusion, the regular rules are going to be reapplied. If you continue staying in Thailand past the amnesty, then it's my understanding that the overstay fines will start accruing from that moment, and things pertaining to blacklisting will start applying from that moment. But that's not a foregone conclusion. And in fact, I could see a scenario where somebody overstays another 10 days in Thailand and they say, nope, you're on the hook for the total amount of time you overstayed from the time your visa expired, plus because you kept overstaying. You know, if you abide by the amnesty and leave within the amnesty, I could see them saying, okay, you fell within the amnesty. But if you overstay past the amnesty, it remains to be seen whether or not they're going to adjudicate that as, okay, each day over the amnesty accrues overstay time, or if they're going to say, no, you had the amnesty, you decided to disregard it and continue overstaying, we're going to add in those amnesty days and consider you for fines and blacklisting based on the amnesty days coupled with the days that you continued to overstay. Remains to be seen how they're going to adjudicate that. We'll probably have some more information on that contemporaneously with the time of the overstay or of the amnesty actually being lifted.